Have you ever said something in English and instantly wished you could take it back?
Oh, yes. Today we're talking about funny English mistakes that happen to everyone.
I once wanted to say a meal was delicious.
Yeah.
But instead I said, this food is very suspicious. Ja, bokspijt mycket fängelse.
Mistakes like these are normal. They mean you're trying.
Exactly. Every mistake helps you remember the correct word forever.
So don't be afraid to speak.
Laugh, learn, and keep going. Of Famwar.
Let's start our very interesting episode together.
Hello. Welcome back to the Mr. English Podcast.
Hi, friends. Are you ready to laugh with us today? Because today is all about the funny moments when English surprises us.
Oh, yes. We're talking about those lost in translation moments, the little mix-ups that happen to every single learner.
And even to us. Yes, I have made so many funny mistakes.
Me too. And we're going to share them today, not to feel embarrassed, but to celebrate. Because every mistake means you're trying, you're learning, you're brave.
Exactly. So my first funny story. I was in a cafe, very nervous to order. I wanted my coffee to be not hot. So I said to the waiter with big confidence, "Please, I want a cold coffee."
Oh, Alex, no.
He looked so confused. He said, "We have iced coffee?" I said, No, just cold, not hot." I got a cup of room temperature coffee. It was terrible. I meant warm. I wanted it warm.
Cold coffee. Oh, that's a classic. But you know what? You communicated. You got a drink. Maybe not the perfect one, but you did it.
I did. And now I never forget. Can I have this warm, please? Not cold. Never again.
Perfect. Okay, my turn. My story's also about food. I wanted to compliment my friend's cooking. The pasta was amazing. I wanted to say it was delicious, but my mind went blank. I looked at her and said, "This pasta is very suspicious."
Suspicious? No, you didn't.
I did. Her smile just froze. She looked at the food, so worried. I had to wave my hands and say, "No, not suspicious. Delicious. I meant delicious."
Oh, that is a dangerous mix-up. Suspicious means you think something is wrong. Delicious means it is very, very good.
It was the most confusing compliment she ever received, but now we laugh about it. So, the word is delicious. Remember it.
I will. Delicious for food, not suspicious. Got it. Okay, another one from me. This is about clothes shopping. I found some pants and needed to see if they fit. I asked the shop assistant, "Excuse me, where can I practice these pants?"
Practice? Like you practice guitar?
Yes, he was so polite but so confused. He said, "You want to practice them?" I realized my mistake. In my language, one word is for try and practice. I meant try on. Where can I try on these pants?
Ah, to practice is for a skill. To try on is for clothes. A very important difference.
He showed me the changing room. I did not practice the pants. I tried them on, and they fit.
Wonderful. So we have cold coffee, suspicious pasta, and practicing pants, all because our clever brains are working hard in a new language.
I like that. Clever brains, not silly mistakes. Okay, let's talk about a classic, very common mix-up. The words embarrassed and pregnant.
Oh, this is a big one. They sound a little similar, but are very, very different.
Extremely different. One is a feeling, the other is a condition. So if you fall down in public, you feel embarrassed. You do not feel pregnant.
Unless it is a very, very unusual situation. So say it with me. Embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
And the other word, pregnant.
Pregnant. I will be very careful with these words.
Good, because one time I tried to help my friend carry her bags. I wanted to say, let me carry that for you, but I was flustered and I said, let me pregnant that for you.
No, you wanted to pregnant the bags?
I did. She looked at me like I was crazy. I said, carry, I want to carry it. Now it is our private joke. She always asks if I can pregnant her groceries.
That is true friendship. So we carry bags. We do not pregnant them, not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. So friends, you see, we all have these stories, these little adventures in language. They are not failures. They are footprints on your path to learning.
Yes, so don't be afraid. Speak, make a funny mistake, laugh about it, and learn the right word. That is how we grow.
And we're growing together. Let's take a quick pause, and when we come back, we have even more funny and relatable stories to share with you. Welcome back, friends. We're so happy you're still here with us, sharing smiles.
Yes, because we have so many more funny stories to tell. My next one is about animals, or trying to talk about animals.
Oh, this should be interesting.
I was at a friend's house, and they have a big, beautiful dog. A very fluffy, friendly dog. I wanted to say the dog was fluffy, but the word, it left my mind. So I pointed at the dog and said, your dog is so hairy.
Hairy? Well, it was true. Most dogs are hairy.
Yes, but my friend looked a little offended. She said, hairy? He's not hairy, he's fluffy. In English, hairy can sound a bit messy or rough. Fluffy is soft, cute, and nice. I called her beautiful, cute dog hairy, like a monster.
So, for a soft, pleasant animal, we say fluffy. Keep hairy for describing your uncle's ears or a spider's legs.
Exactly. Fluffy dog, not hairy dog. I learned that quickly.
My next story is about being in a shop. I was looking for a small clock for my kitchen. I walked up to the shop assistant. I wanted to ask, do you sell clocks? But I was nervous. And instead, I asked, do you sell time?
Do you sell time? That is a philosophical question.
The shop assistant looked at me very seriously. He said, I'm sorry, miss. We cannot sell time. And then he smiled. I was so embarrassed. I said, no, clocks, small clocks for the wall. He was very kind and showed me where they were. So I do not buy time, I buy clocks.
A beautiful mistake. You wanted to buy time. But yes, we buy clocks or watches. Okay, my turn. This is about being sick. I had a bad headache. I went to the pharmacy. I needed medicine. I wanted to say, I have a headache, but I mixed up the words. I said to the pharmacist, excuse me, I have a sore head.
A sore head?
Yes, she looked confused. A sore head, did you hit it? I said, no, inside, pain inside. She said, oh, a headache. In English, we say stomach ache, toothache, headache. We don't usually say a sore head. It sounds like an injury.
That's a good one. So for pain inside your head, it's a headache. Sore is usually for a specific spot on your body, like a sore throat or a sore knee.
Yes, headache. I got my medicine and my headache went away, but my pride was a little sore.
I understand. Okay, another classic mix-up. The words sensible and sensitive. They look similar, but are different.
Oh, I have done this. I wanted to tell my friend she was very understanding and smart about a problem. I wanted to say she was sensible. But I said, you are so sensitive about this.
Oh no.
She looked at me and said, do you think I'm too emotional? I meant it as a compliment. But sensitive means you feel things easily, emotions or pain. Sensible means you are smart and practical.
A big difference. Calling someone sensible is a compliment. Calling someone sensitive can be, but it depends. So sensible equals wise. Sensitive equals feels things deeply.
I am now very sensible about using the word sensitive.
Well said. Here's one I hear often, confusing library and bookstore.
Yes, I did this when I first arrived. I wanted to buy a book, so I asked someone, where is the library? They directed me to the public library. I went in, I found a great book, and I tried to pay for it at the desk.
At the library.
The librarian was so kind. She said, "Sir, this is a library. We lend books. We don't sell them. You need a bookstore." I was so red. I said, "Oh, I want to buy, not borrow." So, a library is for borrowing. A bookstore or bookshop is for buying.
An easy mistake. Both have books, but one is for borrowing, one is for buying. Did you go to the bookstore?
I did, and I bought the book, and then I went back to the library to borrow another one. I learned 2 words that day.
Fantastic. Learning 2 for 1. Okay, this next one is about pronunciation. A funny one. I wanted to cook a recipe. It needed thyme. That's Thyme, the herb.
The spice.
Yes, but I was at the supermarket. I couldn't find it. I asked a worker, "Excuse me, where's the time?" I said, "Time, like the clock." She looked at her watch and said, "It's 3 o'clock." I said, "No, for cooking. Time." She finally understood and said, "Oh, time." She said it with a strong TH sound. Time. I was saying time. We both laughed. So the herb is thyme with a TH sound, not time.
So you needed time for your recipe, not time. Although to cook, you need both.
Very clever. I needed both, yes, but I only asked for one.
Pronunciation is tricky, like the difference between ship and sheep. Once I was on a ferry. I wanted to say it was a big ship, but I said, "This is a big sheep." My friend said, "A sheep? Is that a floating animal? A woolly boat?"
A woolly boat. I love that image. So ship is the big boat. Sheep is the animal with wool. The I and E sounds are different.
Yes, I said sheep, I meant ship. I will never forget the woolly boat.
These stories are so good. They show us that communication happens even with mistakes. People usually understand or they try to help.
And that's the most important thing, right? To try, to connect. The mistakes become funny memories and you learn the right word forever.
Exactly. So, dear listeners, we want you to think of your own story. Have you ever asked for time instead of time or called a dog Harry? We want to hear it.
Yes, share your lost in translation moment with us in the comments. It makes us all feel connected. We are all learners together.
And in our final part, we'll share our last few stories and talk about the best way to learn from these happy little accidents. We'll be right back. And we are back for our final part together. Friends, we have been laughing and learning so much, and I hope you see now that these little mistakes are like friendly ghosts. They might surprise you, but they don't want to hurt you. They just want to teach you something.
Friendly ghosts of our English past. I like that. And we have a few more friendly ghosts to introduce to you. My next one is about a word many learners find tricky. Actually. It doesn't mean currently or now. It means in fact or really. I learned this the hard way.
Oh, how did you learn it?
I was meeting my new boss for the first time. He asked me, "So, Alex, what are you working on?" I wanted to sound professional. I wanted to say, "Currently, I am working on the report." But I said, "Actually, I am working on the report."
Oh dear.
He looked a bit confused. He said, "Oh, were you not working on it before? Is this new?" I didn't understand his confusion. I said, "Yes, actually, I am working on it." He finally smiled and said, "You mean currently, you are working on it now." I had used actually, which sounded like I was correcting him or stating a new fact. I just meant at the moment.
So currently equals now. Actually equals in fact or to tell the truth. A very common and very important mix-up.
Yes, So I do not say, actually, I am eating lunch. I say, currently, I am eating lunch. Or just, I am eating lunch now. Save actually for when you are giving a true fact, like, I thought it would rain, but it is actually sunny.
Perfect explanation. Okay, my next story involves a similar pair, embarrassed and excited. We talked about pregnant before, but this is different. I was at a party and I met someone famous, to me at least. I was so nervous. My friend asked, "How do you feel?" I meant to say, "I'm so excited," but my nervous mouth said, "I'm so embarrassed."
Oh, you told them you were embarrassed to meet them.
Exactly. The person looked a little hurt. I had to quickly explain, no, not embarrassed, happy, nervous, excited. It was a mess. So excited is a happy, energetic feeling. Embarrassed is a shy, awkward feeling after a mistake.
Very different feelings, but both can make your heart beat fast.
That's the tricky part. The physical feeling is similar, but the meaning is opposite in a social situation. So choose your word carefully. If you are happy about something, you are excited.
Noted. Be excited to meet people, not embarrassed. Unless you spill your drink on them. Then maybe you are both.
True. Okay, here's a pronunciation one that causes funny problems. The difference between focus and, well, a not so polite phrase.
Oh no. Did you...
Not me, but a dear friend. He was in a big team meeting at work. The manager was talking about goals for the year. My friend wanted to contribute. He wanted to say, "We need to focus on our main goal." But his pronunciation, it was off. He said very loudly, "We need to focus on our main goal."
Oh no. In a work meeting?
In a very quiet, serious work meeting, there was complete silence for about 5 seconds. Then the manager turned very red. My friend had no idea what he said wrong. Someone next to him whispered, "Focus. The word is focus." He wanted to disappear from the planet.
That is a powerful lesson in pronunciation. Focus. 2 clear syllables. Fo like go, cuss like bus. Focus.
Yes, please practice that one. Focus. We need to focus on learning.
We really do. Okay, my turn for a pronunciation ghost. The words beach and bitch. A very small sound difference, but a huge meaning difference.
A classic and dangerous one.
I was on vacation. I wanted to tell my friends back home about it. I sent a text message. I wanted to write, "The beach here is so beautiful," but my spelling, it was wrong. I typed, "The bitch here is so beautiful."
Oh, Alex, you didn't.
I did. My friend wrote back, "Alex, what are you saying? Who is beautiful?" I looked at my message. I saw the mistake. I was so horrified. I wrote back, "Beach, sand and ocean, beach. Autocorrect is a bad ghost."
Autocorrect is sometimes the unfriendliest ghost. So the place with sand and water is the beach with a long E sound. Beach. The other word is a rude insult. Be very careful.
I am now the most careful speller of the word beach. B-E-A-C-H. Beautiful, sunny, sandy beach.
Good. Let's move to a grammar ghost. The difference between I'm boring and I'm bored.
This is a good one. I said this wrong for a long time. If I had nothing to do, I would say, "I'm so boring." My English friend would say, "No, you're not boring. You're fun." I was confused. I meant that I had no interesting activities.
Right. Boring describes the thing or person that causes the feeling. Bored describes your feeling. So a bad movie is boring. You feel bored. If you say, "I'm boring," you are saying you are not an interesting person.
And I am a very interesting person. So I say I'm bored when I have nothing to do. I say this video is boring if it is not interesting. Never say I am boring unless you really mean it.
Exactly. You are bored. Things are boring. Okay, another adjective mix-up. Interesting versus interested.
The same rule?
The same rule. Interesting describes the thing. Interested describes your feeling. So this podcast is interesting. I'm interested in learning English.
So I should not say I am interesting in history.
No, that would mean you are a fascinating topic to study. You should say, I'm interested in history. History is the interesting subject.
Got it. Grammar ghosts are helpful but tricky. Let's talk about a word that sounds nice but can be wrong. Sympathetic.
Oh, yes. Many people want to say they understand someone's feelings. They want to say, I'm sorry, I understand. The word they think of is sympathetic. But in English, if you say, I'm sympathetic, it can sound a bit distant or formal. More common is, I sympathize, or you have my sympathy. But even better are simple phrases like, I'm so sorry to hear that, or that sounds really difficult.
So sympathetic is not wrong, but it's less common in daily talk.
Right. It's a perfectly good word, but the feeling is more often expressed with simpler sentences. If you say, I feel sympathetic, it might sound like you are studying their problem, not feeling it with them. Better to say, I feel sorry for you, or I understand how you feel.
Language is not just words, it's the heart behind them.
Always. Now, a final funny story from me. This is about the word vegetables. A simple word, right? But I was at a market and I wanted to buy some fresh vegetables. The seller asked, "What can I get you?" I pointed and said, "I would like some vagina tables, please."
Oh, you did not.
I did. I combined vegetables and vagina without realizing. It was a complete accident. The seller's eyes went huge. He just stared at me. I had no idea why. I pointed again at the carrots and said, "Those green ones?" He finally understood and said slowly, "Ah, vegetables." And then I heard my own mistake. My face felt like fire. I just whispered, "Yes, vegetables. Thank you."
That might be the funniest and most embarrassing ghost yet.
It was, but now I can promise you I will never, ever mispronounce vegetables again. It is burned into my memory. Veg-ta-bulls. 4 clear syllables.
A powerful lesson. So, friends, what have we learned from all these friendly ghosts?
We have learned that mistakes are not monsters. They are our teachers. Every time we make a funny mistake, we learn the correct word or pronunciation so deeply that we never forget it.
We have learned to laugh at ourselves. It takes away the fear. When you can laugh about calling a beach a bitch, you stop being scared to speak.
We have learned that people are usually kind. The waiter, the pharmacist, the librarian, they all helped. They corrected us gently. The world wants to understand you.
And most importantly, we learned that you are not alone. Every single person who has ever learned a language has a story like this. You are part of a huge global club of brave learners.
So your homework this week is not grammar, it's storytelling. Think of one time you got lost in translation. Maybe you said something funny. Maybe you misunderstood a word.
And we want you to share it with us. Write your story in the comments below. Use the words you learned today. Write, "One time I wanted to say this."